everyone, welcome to A Godly Home. I am going to be showing you how to make a super simple sausage breakfast pizza. We're going to be having this for supper tonight, and this is so cheap and so easy to make, and it's great for leftovers too. I am going to be using an Amish crust recipe, Jiffy pizza dough right there. And it comes from this cookbook, Cooking with the Horse and Buggy People. And I'll show you what we do to get started. Okay, so I always use the Jimmy Dean sausage. You only need a half a pound of this, but I'm going to cook the full pound because I'll use it for extra things. And if you want to put the whole pound on, you can. It's just a little more frugal if you use half. I like to open this up using scissors. I cut that metal end off. By the way, if you're thawing this out in the microwave, remember to cut that end off with a knife first because you don't want that metal going through the microwave. All right, and then I just cut right along like so. And then I just flip it inside out, and that gets it out pretty easy. Okay, I've got my temperature on medium on the electric stove. Let me wash my hands. All right, so we're going to break this up a little bit and just let it sit there and cook while we mix up our crust. Okay, so I have 2 cups of flour right here, already pre-measured. I use the unbleached flour, and to that I am going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, oh, it's King Arthur brand on the flour. I couldn't think of the brand. Okay. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I'm just using the store brand. The store brand has a tendency to clump a little bit, but with the price of stuff right now, I use it. Okay, and then the recipe calls for a teaspoon of salt. I have a half teaspoon here, so I'll use it twice. Now all I'm going to do is grab a fork and stir these ingredients in so they're well mixed. Now to this, I am going to add a 1/3 cup of the recipe says salad oil. I'm using vegetable oil, any type of oil you have. Okay, I just pour that right in. And then 2/3 a cup of milk. Right in. And then we're just going to stir this with the fork. Just until incorporated. Once we get it mixed, we're not going to press it into the pan yet because we want this to warm up a little bit. If it's cold, it's really hard to work with. I like it to be a little bit warm, so I'll just let it set there while I finish cooking the sausage. This is a super fast supper to get ready, other than the bake time. It still doesn't take too long. Okay, so I pretty well have that mixed. You don't want to mix it like overly mix it. Okay, so see, it's pretty well stirred. I'm just going to set that aside to the back of the stove. And we'll break the sausage up a little bit more. Well, I just realized I left my coffee pot on the stove. I want to move that so it doesn't get saturated with the sausage grease. Normally I would also be turning on my stove hood, but I hate to get that noise going with the video, but if it gets too smoky in here, I'll have to turn it on. Okay, so just break that up a little bit. Okay, while that's cooking, I am going to add to this bowl 3 eggs. Now, if you are somebody who likes spicier food, then I suggest you add just a little shake of garlic powder and a little shake of oregano or Italian seasoning to this egg. I love it that way, but my husband prefers it with just salt and pepper. So I'm going to add just a little bit of this kosher salt that I like from the Dollar Tree. And just a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. And I'm just going to whisk this up. I've got my oven preheating to 350 degrees. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Okay, I am back, and that sausage is just about done, so we'll work on getting this crust into the pan. So you just press it into the pan. So I'm going to just put a little bit here, there, and everywhere. Okay, so all I do is I just work from the edge and press it inward. And now that it's warm, it's going to press easy, but if you try to press this cold, it really does not press well. This is an excellent recipe too. If you're just running low on yeast and you need to have a pizza crust, this can be used with regular pizza crust. It makes kind of a biscuity crust. That's why I really like it with the breakfast pizza. But if you're in a pinch, go ahead and use this for regular pizza. I mean, it's better than those Pillsbury biscuits and stuff that sometimes people use as pizza crust. Okay, so you can see this presses out when it's warm, fairly quick and easy. And then all I'm going to do is just spin it, and get it more even and things as I go here. I like to get a little bit of an edge. I gotta stop a minute and stir my sausage. Okay, continuing on here. Okay, that's pretty good right there. Now, those 3 eggs that we whipped, I'm going to pour that right on there. My stove's a little bit uneven, so this side of my house shifts. Like, even if my husband levels my stove up, the house is constantly shifting and creating an uneven stove. Okay, so I get that spread around, and as long as you have an even surface, it's not going to pool up like it did on me. All right. Now to that, I'm going to add my cheese. I like the Kraft shredded cheese, Mexican or mozzarella or whatever you got, cheddar. Just use what you got. You could even use American cheese in a pinch. I like quite a bit of cheese on this. Okay. Loading her up with cheese. I'm actually dropping some on the floor trying to do this. Okay, I got a little bit that's come over the edge. And I don't want that dripping in my oven, so I'm just going to take a paper towel and just wipe that edge just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add my sausage. My sausage got a little bit scorched because my husband came home from work, and you know how it is. He kept calling me into the other room to look at stuff and tell me stories, so we won't worry about that. That isn't going to hurt a thing. I am going to turn it over so that it doesn't get more brown on that side in the oven, though. Okay, that's about a half a pound. I'm going to pop that in the oven and then we will be back. And there it is, all finished, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.